Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2 here at the 2023 Jonesboro Open, presented by Prodigy and Play It Again Sports. It's stop number 5 on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We're at the disc side of heaven. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.
We are watching a little bit of rain. We're watching Aria Castruita, I think on her first, definitely her first Jomez lead card, so you can't, I'm not wrong. And she's shredding it. She's 4 down bogey free, as is Missy Gannon. Mertsch had a bogey to start, but is now 3 down. Hailey King struggling a little bit, but finding some birdies as well. She's 2 up.
As we move into the back nine, the rain is lessening up a little bit. It was pretty substantial all morning though, so there are going to be some muddy conditions as we go into the final, or the back 9 holes of the round. There's some slippery landing zones, but still lots of room for birdies.
Hole 10 is a very difficult par 3 as far as a birdie goes. It's a straight shot with a very late right finish. Common errors are ending up in the left side, turning it over, hitting this log, or just ending up on that right side. What'd you call it? A forest of death? The green presents its own challenges. It's perched on a hillside. No out of bounds, just danger everywhere. You don't see a ton of birdie looks on this one.
This plate is the 4th most difficult hole of the day. The thing about this one is everyone in the field can reach it, but it takes like a miraculous shot.
Like this.
And it's just like that. And it is super high risk because if Cat caught one of those branches and kicked right, it's almost an instant bogey. It's really tough to get through and get out.
Yeah. And that was such a technical line from Kat. She threw a star strike on a hyzer straight at that OB left side where Missy just landed. Or not OB, but the rough. And got that late flip. Is very impressive.
Hailey, another kind of wild sidearm, really high and nose up. Thankfully, it just drops down into the middle of the fairway.
Aria with that same St. Pro. And this is kind of the, tempered approach to a birdie, where you just throw the straight shot and leave yourself a long putt. Definitely a bit of a risky putt there.
Yeah, it is the death putt with the drop off right behind the basket, room for rollaways.
What's like almost a death putt, but not. Like, it's not quite a death putt.
Purgatory putt?
Yeah, sure. Purg putt, yeah. It's not like a total drop off.
Coma putt?
Oh my god.
I could go darker.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's hear it.
We want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments, please. Wow.
She makes whatever kind of putt that was.
The coma putt.
Yep.
Sinks it.
Staying awake today.
Cat Mertsch with a birdie as well?
Yeah, one of the shortest putts for birdie you're going to see on this hole.
There was only 3 birdies on the day. We just watched 2 in a row.
Nice.
Emily Beach was the only other one, and she is a crusher of a lefty. So this hole's a little bit easier for her.
One of the few that is, though, on this course.
Yeah, not a fun lefty course for sure.
Cat Mertsch finishing her putt with a little airplane move.
The follow through, and that ties her back up with the lead with Aria Castruita at 14 under.
Wow, what a charge.
Hole 11, a very sharp uphill angle straight from the tee pad that forces you to kind of throw nose up, but you want it to penetrate for a long time before going left, because if you go early, it makes this hole a lot more difficult. Right side is tough as well. Your second shot, depending on where you place your drive, is a distant sidearm or a turnover shot, but that rough on the right side is absolutely brutal, so you cannot go early on that corner. This green is sloped uphill, so you don't get any ground play at all. You have to air the shot all the way to the green if you would like to be inside the circle.
Cat Mertsch with her champion Glow Thunderbird.
And that is perfect. This plate is the 2nd most difficult hole of the day. It's because you have to throw back-to-back 2 shots that are very technical.
Yeah, high-level shots for sure.
And any amount of error can instantly take away the ability to get birdie. Aria,
maybe even par too.
Yep. Definitely. Aria, a little bit early. We'll see. She might be able to throw a flex sidearm out of there, but it's high risk.
Very. She should probably just kind of pitch around the corner and take par. Missy with, you guessed it, a thrasher.
And a really good looking shot. Almost identical to Kat's shot.
Hailey looking to get some more birdies. Nice straight shot with a destroyer.
And it's like a pure mimic of the last two. Yep, Aria just going to go with the backhand pitch out. Nothing too crazy here.
Yeah, it's really smart. She gives herself a long look at it, and she can run it if she, is feeling it.
And she always is. I bet she draws metal. Dollar side bet?
Yeah, I bet she's not good enough to hit metal, I guess. Sure.
Set you up again.
Uh-huh.
Missy going with a backhand turnover. That is a risky play, but she feels comfortable with the shot. She's going to have an interesting third shot from there. We'll see if she has a putt.
I doubt she'll have a clear look at it. Kat going sidearm, the more typical play here.
She doesn't like it. Gets up to inside the circle,
Yeah,
though.
it's fine. Of course, you'd like to be parked.
The
Need to get it a little bit higher and spikier, though.
Yep, you don't want to go super deep here because there's some low-hanging tree branches that are lower than ever with this heavy rain.
Positively drooping.
Hailey throws a spike hyzer into the mud. she could have just jump putted her putter there.
Oh my God, wow.
We all like to roast Hailey in the comments. I mean, in the videos because we love her. Aria.
No matter how soft the course is.
Yeah, Aria coming up short. Erika, I owe you $1.
Ha-ha!
Missy just chipping out of the rough.
Hailey for a long look at birdie.
Wow.
Cash. Classic mess up the upshot so you can have a slow mez.
Yeah. She's giving the crowd what they want. And we like big putts.
They didn't even know they wanted it. That was a sick putt.
Mm-hmm. Really nice birdie. And Hailey needs some on her scorecard after a bit of a rough start in the front.
I believe she's back to 1 over on the round. Kat thinks she missed it. And she almost did. That's funny. You never see that.
No.
You see the opposite where people think they make it, then they turn around because they missed it. I've never seen that before. I'm going to try it. Because then it's just a nice surprise. Like, oh, I definitely missed it. That's crazy. Kat keeping pace with Aria on that one. Wow.
Thank you for the best slow motion frame ever.
Wow.
From Hailey King. And Kat Mertsch is going to climb back into the solo lead.
Hole 12 is a par 4, 535 feet. You can lay up short, but we're going to see all these ladies get across this ditch, which is a little bit wider, a little bit farther away from the creek than we've seen. And then second shot, usually we follow this drone. That tree on the left is a good marker that's pin high, and you know it's about 60 feet away. You see a ton of rollaways on this hill. Speed control is really important. We actually saw Kat birdie this going kind of turnover drive and then take the right side hyzer on the second shot, which is rare, but
she might be.
I'm curious if that's her play. I don't think it is.
No, she's just going huge.
Her play is just enormous shot.
That finish is actually way left. It'll really lengthen the second shot over the hill, but she gets far enough that it's almost going to be more flat than the rest of the field is going to have to go way uphill. Hailey smoking the disc as well. It goes so far.
It's her star wraith.
Wow.
Crunch.
So good. This played is the 5th most difficult hole.
Madison and I both went for this one and got across, and so we will not be retiring anytime soon. I said yesterday that if I lay up, I know that's it. I'm done. I'm washed up.
I'm sure we saw a lot of people laying up today because of the rainy conditions, but 100% me and Erika did not.
Feel very stubborn about it. Aria gets across really nicely with her Ballista Pro. None of these ladies have to retire either. all in their prime.
Yep, Missy throwing a thrasher again, but gets a little overstable. She'll have a pretty lengthy second shot as well.
Oh, it did look like a pretty stable thrasher. Missy up first. You can see that. Oh, I was going to say that tree on the left is kind of the aiming zone. Missy definitely cranks it over to the right, but no harm done, really.
Yeah, filters through. She'll have a long look. Very death putt, but
Most likely a layup. Aria going with something slower speed here, likely a mid-range, and that looks beautiful.
just a little left, just a little short, and that is the most common landing area on this second shot.
It is always a little bit more right than you think. Cat with actually a really good angle at it. Similar spot to Aria. This is a death putt. Full
Hailey
death.
so far up there,
Yeah.
just standstill chip.
Wow.
She probably can see the basket almost.
She fluffs it too. Dang it.
Ugh.
With such a monster drive.
She just wants another Jomez. Don't fall for it yet.
Missy running it. Cool.
Wow.
Respect. Glad we didn't do the dollar side bet.
Yeah, let's see how far of a comeback putt she has.
Man. Brave ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Hailey for birdie.
Just a little low. All over the basket, though. See if Cat can be the only one on the card.
Oh, she should have turned around like she missed it.
Hole 12 said no today. Only 15% of the field getting it. That's 7 out of 46 competitors.
It's a toughie. Missy with some work left after she ramped off the top. She's good for it. Everyone just going to tap in their pars here.
And we go from 2 of the hardest holes on the course to the easiest in hole 13.
Thirteen's the easiest? Man, I should stop messing it up.
It is a technical shot.
Thanks.
Hannah going to hold on to that 4th place positioning. Hole 13, an uphill and technical shot, but a stock hyzer that's in everyone's bag. Very reachable by everyone in the field at 255 feet, but it plays closer to 300. If you do turn something over, the right side rough can be very brutal and very difficult to recover from. Early left also is not fun, but right side is the worst place to be. This sloped green does set up for rollaways, especially if you land short and right. For some reason, there's a little ramp there that just turns your disc on edge. Cat going super high and spiky.
Kind of awesome. You do see that little roll at the end, very typical. That's that star J again. Wow.
I like the lower, more linear route that we see Hailey taking.
Yeah, I like this too because the ground play tends to get you a little closer. It does get that little roll, but stays just outside the bullseye. That was a PD. Aria ripping that Ballista Pro, going very high speed.
And she likes the high side of the green. It will be a little bit of a death putt, but she's so confident on the green.
Coma
she's probably
putt.
not even thinking about it.
Just like some stitches, maybe a broken leg. I don't know.
Missy coming up a little short. Oh, wait, never mind. That's
Yeah,
fine.
great shot with a thrasher.
Yeah, circle
obviously.
one.
Buy yours today. It's so crazy. She's thrown thrasher for 13 tee shots in a row.
Does that make you want to go buy one? It makes me want to.
I can throw one. I don't know why I don't have one. What am I doing with my life? Missy with a great birdie. Aria up next.
Oh.
Dang, after such a hot start, I feel like she's left a couple of putts out there, even though she's still thriving. Don't get me wrong.
And it's just barely off,
Yeah,
too. Just
just
a
a
little
bit.
high, just a little to the side. Cat catching the very last chain on the backside to stay in the basket.
Keeping it interesting for the spectators.
60% of the field got a birdie on this one today. Wow.
Hailey really cleaning it up in this middle section here. She's 3 down through the last 6. Aria with the only par on the card here.
Cat with a 2-stroke lead over Aria right now.
Hailey King back to even on the round. We saw something amazing here yesterday. Hole 14 is a par 4, 520. Nearly everybody lays up short side, and then it's a pretty fun little touchy putter or mid-range upshot. We saw Cat Mertsch go for it and get to 20 feet and get the eagle. It was unbelievable. Only 15% of the MPO field is landing inside the circle, so it's truly an amazing shot with her turn. I hope we get to see it again today. That's the turn in her hand.
Her distance shots are just so smooth. It doesn't look like she's trying.
Come on.
No way. It's replicable?
Wow.
Almost into circle 1 again.
Yeah, if nothing else, easy birdie. She's going to have an obstructed eagle putt, poor thing.
Can be rough out there. Hailey going for it as well.
Yeah.
A lot more of a linear approach instead of a big turnover shot. Looks like she's going to finish pretty straight into the right side. There's some gaps over there to get to the green.
That was her wraith.
This played as the 3rd easiest hole of the day, and when you watch them just rip them over the OB, it
Makes sense.
It looks very easy. Missy with a lot more of a normal play here.
Yeah. This is her Z swirl. Undertaker. It's kind of a stable fairway driver into a really good spot. You want to land where it's flat. If you leave it short, you kind of have this downhill, awkward run up.
I like the left side as well.
Same.
Because you can throw more of a hyzer into the green. Sometimes a straight shot with those little trees in the out of bounds can get in the way, and you end up having to hit a gap on accident.
Mm-hmm. Aria with her truss. Missy up first in the flat on the left, like we said, just throwing a bit of a hyzer. Gets a nice little tree direct and in the bullseye for birdie.
Yesterday, 40% of the field got a birdie here. Today, just over 60%.
Wow.
Yep. Everybody be birdie in this one.
Awesome.
Aria pushes a little straight, but she also gets some favorable action off the tree. She'll drop down right on the edge of circle 1 for birdie.
I'm trying to remember, in years past, we used to go from a shorter tee pad. Was it a par 3 then? Do you remember?
Oh.
Trying to
I
dig
don't
into
remember.
the archives. Kat and Hailey just gonna lay up their monstrous drives for easy birdies.
It's funny. I don't remember what you're talking about.
There's like I think we used to be shorter, didn't we? There's like that one little tee pad in front. It's almost a drop zone looking thing. Look at this putt. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Great slow mez. Great putt from Aria.
And another birdie on her scorecard. Got to get the one that everyone's getting. Well, finally, nice to see one of her bigger putts dropping. Hailey getting the birdie as well. No nonsense.
Never. Missy a little high, but sticks the birdie. Looking like a star frame here. $25 donation to Edge.
Yay.
Educational disc golf experience. They are great. Doing great stuff.
Introducing the sport to many kids all over the country.
Many or mini? He definitely said mini.
Hole 15. Yesterday was the easiest hole of the day. Today, it's in the top 3. It averaged at just a half stroke under par, just a straightforward hyzer, but this elevated pin can lead to some putting woes. It's also a sloped green, so some of the Deep side putts can be a little bit scarier to run. There's no out of bounds to worry about. Just early left rough is very brutal and avoid at all cost.
I would say most people leaving it out too far right and not quite finding the circle is really common. It's a star J again. I don't know about you, but I'm like angry if I'm not inside the circle on this one.
Just start breaking stuff.
I just squeezed my whale sack really hard. Hailey in the circle. Doesn't have to be angry. That was her. Oh, also a star J. Nice.
Missy again with the Thrasher bullseye shot.
Aria with a Rive. Nice stable, I believe. Ooh, it's a 13 speed.
Flashing the pin, checking up nicely just outside the bullseye deep.
Cat up first for her birdie. Only about 22 feet or so. She's good for it. And nice turkey there from Cat. She said two turkeys. Double turkeys? Turducken? I don't know.
Nice birdie from Hailey as well. She's also on the turkey club.
Turkey club sounds pretty good.
Aria with 2 in a row.
Which is just nothing, really.
Not a big deal. Another star frame. That's 2 in a row. And Missy also joins the turkey club. These lead card ladies are getting birdies out here.
Did you gobble earlier?
Yes, I did.
I just now heard it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Figure if there's 3 turkeys on 1 card.
You're right. You're right.
It's deserving.
If there was ever a time. Hole 16 is a par 4 of 520 feet. You are throwing around this tree in the middle. Most likely you're going sidearm. You can go turn over backhand. You can even go backhand hyzer, trying to land on this hillside, trying not to roll. Speed control is important. Honestly, there's a little bit of luck involved in where you land.
A lot of it.
Yeah, and then you're trying to throw across the water. Find this one gap in between these pine trees that used to be babies, but now they're angsty teens, and they like to smack you into the water.
They sure do.
Cat Mertsch, classic kind of error, skipping a little bit too far to the right. Hailey kind of looking like a similar line. You definitely want it to
Almost
check
exact.
up, yeah, a little bit earlier than that, and hopefully this doesn't roll out of bounds because that happens all the time. And any shots that land out of bounds off the tee go to the drop zone, and then you also, even if your second shot is in bounds and then you try to cross and you like hit the other side, you still have to go to the drop zone, which is super punishing.
Missy in almost the exact same spot, but not getting the roll, and there's that luck involved here. This is a really, I'm going to just say it, crappy landing zone. There's not a good way to do it. You're just throwing and hoping.
Yeah.
And see, Aria got really lucky there.
She did.
It was a great shot too, don't get me wrong, but she checked up nicely.
Not all great shots are rewarded. I mean, most aren't. And sometimes the bad shots are. More than normal anyway.
Definitely. And you see a lot of this just kind of stunted pitching out. I mean, a ton of 20-foot jump putts out into the flat. Aria getting to go for it, though, on her second shot. Missing that right side tree that can knock your disc straight down into OB, and she's inside the circle for birdie.
I think she got caught up on that little, what'd you call it, a micro bluff, which I really like. Hailey going to go from the drop zone here, going up and over the angsty pines. Not a bad band name. She's going to be inside the circle. Missy throwing 3 after her pitch up. It's looking good.
She gets knocked down as well. She'll have an obstructed putt underneath the angsty pines.
Can get really awkward, the footing, and they're really low gaps. It almost calls for like an air bounce kind of a shot.
Cat, not quite enough turn, but it gets through everything right outside the bullseye. Living right. This played is the most difficult hole of the day, with almost 50% of the field taking a bogey or worse. Everyone on our lead card making it look easy.
Nice. What a par save.
After you pitch out, it's very important to give yourself a putt, and that's really difficult to do on this hole. Missy takes a difficult lie and makes a good putt.
Aria for birdie. Just a little left. Kind of been her miss today. Catching some left side chains, but not sticking. Hailey for a par save. You don't usually hear that sound and think it's in.
Sliding off the band, into the chains.
Hailey really turning this round all the way around after, what, she was 3 up through 5? Impressive.
No bogeys on the lead card. That's also very impressive. Only 13% of the field with birdies. That's only 6 people on the day.
Hailey on the phone and playing hacky sack. Now off the phone.
Now back on the phone. Hailey's so good at hacky sack. It's very entertaining to watch. Highly coordinated.
I'd rather just commentate on her hacky sacking.
Me too.
Like, I just want to go back to that.
Let's take a break, actually, and just kidding. Hole 17, 560 feet. The tee is a little bit tucked to the right side, so you're throwing a hyzer at that big tree and letting it finish towards the out of bounds fence line. You get 2 meters off that because it is barbed wire. The further straight you can push, the better, because then you have a more open, direct, straight downhill shot to the green. It's super, super steep downhill though, and it's really hard to gauge your landing speed because you can easily skip past this basket into the woods line, and it can be very rough to recover from there because it continues going downhill past the basket and the tree line.
Look at Cat flip this Champ Glow Thunderbird. It is fading too much, but it's magic.
Wow. Trampolines off the undergrowth.
Maybe with kind of another wild sidearm, but it's fading away from OB. It does get caught up. Is it safe? No.
She'll have to take it a little further back. Missy with kind of a forced turn shot. I like this play a lot.
I really like it. At the tree, and then you let it fade. That's a perfect spot near that stake. That's my preferred line.
And to get to the perfect landing zone where you don't have to just throw a sidearm and hope on your second shot, you have to get some big distance, and Missy did just that.
Aria throwing more of just a straight shot with some fade, and she's in a decent spot. A little high up on the hill, but solid.
Hailey's third after the OB stroke. Really nice, aggressive nose down sidearm, getting some good ground play, but not quite into putting land. It's a death putt, but we'll see her probably aggressively run at it.
That's a death putt?
Ha.
Is it?
It drops off so steeply behind there.
All right.
Another favorable kick from Aria's disc into the center of the fairway. She'll have a chip shot up to the green.
Cat, after the fortunate break, she's inbounds, has a pretty wide open look, though challenging.
That is such a technical angle, and she did it so perfectly. It was just the littlest bit low.
Yep. Missy in the best spot of the group, much shorter approach shot here.
At one tree branch, nicking the disc to a little hyzer, but some good ground play, and she's right outside the bullseye.
Yeah, what great control. Aria, something nice and slow. I guess that's just a putter. Actually, I think that she putts with premium plastic putters sometimes. Yeah, Opto Pures, which is rare. You don't usually see that. It's usually base plastic.
Yeah, almost never. Unfortunately, it gets a pretty bad roll. She's going to have a pretty obstructed comeback putt. Hailey closer than I thought.
Yeah, great
the camera
save.
angle. I thought she was in circle 2 land.
I did too. You know what they say, don't trust your eyes. Thanks for laughing. Aria in a really awkward spot here. Unable to save the par. And Missy with a super smooth birdie.
Missy with a really clean round.
Cat settling for par, and Aria going to take her first bogey of the round on hole 17.
Oh, is that the first one?
Yeah.
Man, so close to making it through.
Still having a fantastic round, though.
Yeah, and still looking so poised. Just an unfortunate roll away.
Kat now with 3 strokes. Aria in a tie for second with Missy. And Missy and Kat both 8 down. I feel like Missy's so quiet about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Hole 16, 17, and 18 all in the top 3 most difficult.
Yeah, 18 a par 5, really narrow tunnel. There's OB on the left that's pulled off the fence. Second shot, you're trying to get past this grouping of trees. You can fly left side like the drone is. You can go right side. You can even sneak through the middle. And then there's probably about 250 feet or so left on the third shot. If you throw your first 2, absolutely perfect. Really difficult finishing hole. It's birdieable by everyone, but everything rides on this tee shot so difficult.
The more that I watch people throw this tee shot and throw it myself, the less I want to actually take this middle gap. Look at that. Missy pipes the gap. It's so technical and difficult, and she's out of bounds by a stick.
You want to do the hyzer?
I love the hyzer. I went down the fairway today and turned around and looked at it, and it's more open than I feel like than in years past.
I think
and
it looks more closed off, though, because it's just so grown in.
Yeah, but like
from
look
the
at
tee, you know what I mean?
These good shots. I mean,
yeah,
that got lucky, didn't it? Or is it out of bounds?
It's lucky. You do have to throw something that like flips up and rides right just a little bit.
And
it's so hard.
But if you catch one of these trees, out of bounds comes so quickly on the left side. I just feel like it's not necessarily worth it. You can still get a birdie going the right side.
This looks perfect.
Wow.
Beyond perfect.
That is one of the farthest drives I think we've ever seen on this hole.
That's like Calvin Heimberg level impressive.
Yep.
And was that Star Wraith? Hailey's really vibing with that disc. Aria with that St. Pro throwing the turnover.
Giving it so much height. That's such a confident move here. And you don't see a lot of newer players doing that, but she's trusting that disc, putting it up high, not worried about any sort of kick, and she gets way down there.
Yeah, a little tangled up, but it's still possible for her to birdie the hole. Kat just trying to save par, throws really low, burns very early. What do you think? Right side? Left side?
I think left side.
Middle?
She couldn't decide either. But she skates through and she'll be on the right side.
How far do you think it is from that tree?
I would guess like 275.
Yeah.
But it's a little uphill.
Missy going for that gap? Oh, she's going left side. Regardless, it's good for her third.
That stake, I think, is 250.
Kat throwing 3, going sidearm up the left side.
Some really good power.
Yeah, especially from a standstill. Wow. Hailey's drive.
That's mind-blowing. Just a standstill second shot. That drive is truly unbelievable.
Yeah, I think I see some blood coming out of your ears, Rita, right?
Yeah. I'm not okay. That just... I really don't think we've ever seen someone throw that far.
No. Anyone's going to do it. Hailey's just got that straight, powerful shot.
Missy with a really technical shot with that tree in her backswing, but she makes it look easy. Gets just outside the bullseye for birdie.
Aria's third, able to see the pin. Throws a little standstill. And inside the circle. One more birdie look. Kat pitching up her fourth. Leaves it just a hair short. Wow. Hailey thinking about an eagle.
Dang.
Pretty cool.
That's so awesome. A nice birdie finish from Aria. What a bounce back from the bogey.
And what a round.
Yes.
She just obviously belongs here. Yep. You can tell just by watching even a couple of holes.
I'm happy to see her finally like wrapping it all together. I've watched her be on the verge of greatness for so long, and I like to see her come here and be truly great all of a sudden.
Yeah.
From middle of the pack to lead card and well deserving. Kat coming up just a little bit short. She'll have to finish out with a bogey. Hailey with a birdie and Missy with the par.
Yeah, Hailey after 4 bogeys, still 3 down on the round. Missy, bogey free 8 down. Aria finishing 7 down with that bogey, and then Kat 7 down with the final bogey as well. And look at this. Same exact lead card.
Wow, they pulled it off. That doesn't happen all the time.
No.
Henna just barely outside in 5th place, 1 stroke behind at 13 down.
Vanessa Van Dyken with the hot round, 9 down out there.
Wow.
She must have moved up a ton of spots.
Katrina Allen shooting a 6 down as well as Deanne Carey. Look at that, 2 6 downs on the round.
So I believe the cash line is at 23, and I think 1 under is 23rd. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 1 under. So everyone in the cash has to be under par. Doesn't happen all the time.
Nope. Jonesboro is one of those courses, though. You got to be getting your birdies. It's not a birdie or die necessarily, but you got to play clean and you got to get birdies. We have 1 more round tomorrow. No rain in the forecast. A nice sunny day, but there is some wind, so we'll see some different game plans, maybe some different scoring. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're your 2 hot geese.
Honk.